Welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick for week 4 of the college football season. Last week, UCLA got beat. Now, the Pac-12 only has Oregon for hopes of making the playoffs, but a win over Ohio State, that's good hopes for the Pac-12. Then you got Oklahoma that just barely got that win over a rivalry against Nebraska. And then we have Penn State, Auburn. That game, it was fun. Came down to the end. They had 2 chances to get it in the end zone, Auburn did, but wasn't able to. Penn State got the win over Auburn. And Alabama and Florida came down to the end at 2 points separated these two teams at the end of the game. Alabama got the win over the Gators. Let's see what happens this week in this week's show. Some SEC teams right here. We got Georgia versus Vanderbilt. Georgia's defense definitely can play some ball, but their offense needs to score some more touchdowns if they're going to compete for a national championship. But I see Georgia beating Vanderbilt this week. Then we got Tennessee versus Florida. Florida, their team looks really, really good. They played against Alabama, only lost by 2 points. They're at home again this week against Tennessee. Tennessee, I'm sorry, I don't see any chance of you beating Florida. Florida gets the W. And then we got Southern Miss versus Alabama. Alabama, it's roll tide all the way. They won last week. This week they're playing Southern Miss. I don't see any chance. No upset alert. Alabama wins.
Now we have West Virginia versus Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, West Virginia. This could be a sneaky good game. It's the last game on ABC on Saturday night. The lights is all going to be on them. People are going to be watching them. Who's going to win this game? What's in West Virginia? West Virginia needs to show up and play some defense to stop Oklahoma. They've struggled this season. When they've played a good team, they've struggled. Can they play well this week and actually show off their offense against an actual team and beat West Virginia? I think they will, but next week, Kansas State, here we come. Now it's time for my quick picks of the week. I'm going to make 5 quick picks. Our first game is Clemson versus North Carolina State. Clemson gets the W. Then we got North Carolina versus Georgia Tech. North Carolina wins that one. Then we got Villanova versus Penn State. Penn State wins again. Iowa State versus Baylor. Iowa State wins. And Rutgers versus Michigan. Michigan gets another W. That's my quick picks of the week.
And now it's time for our hashtag notification squad. Today we only have one person, and it's Landon Bruner. And now I want to give a shout out to our 3 biggest fans, Adley, Briella, and Charlotte. FYI, they're also my nieces. If you want to be a part of the hashtag notification squad, comment down below hashtag notification squad. Bye!
Kansas State, Oklahoma State. I got Oklahoma State's offense beating Kansas State's offense. It's going to be all the way. Who can score more points in this game? I got Oklahoma State scoring more points and beating Kansas State, getting the upset, kicking them out of top 25, and putting Oklahoma State into the top 25. And then I got Nebraska, Michigan State. Do I hear the upset alert? No, not this week. Michigan State, I wanted to call it, but I think they're going to get the win. Michigan State beats Nebraska.
All right, now it's time to ask the hard questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, our first question comes from Mac McCoy. He would like to know what are your picks for the most disappointing teams in each of the Power 5 conferences.
Most disappointing team. Well, I have to say the Big 12, I'd say Texas. That's a disappointment. They used to be national championship contenders. Now they can't even win the Big 12.
Right.
And then you got the Big 10. I got to say Nebraska.
Okay.
Nebraska, they just keep losing. And we thought with their new coach and all this, they're going to be good. And this year, they keep losing. And then you got the ACC, Florida State. Florida State, we used to hear about them all the time. They made the first college football playoffs. But ever since then, they're not very good. And then you got the Pac-12, USC. The Pac-12, yes. The Pac-12, USC.
Okay.
USC is, and still is, one of the biggest schools.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to win championships after championships after championship. Now, where are they? They just fired their coach. So they're a disappointment.
Is their last championship, would that be Reggie Bush?
Yes, it would.
Wow, that was a really long
And you
time
remember
ago.
that. That's good right there. That shows how much he knows about football.
Yes.
And then I'd have to say, I think the SEC is the last one. SEC.
Yeah.
Tennessee. We never hear about them anymore.
I hear a lot basketball-wise, and I see people with basketball, but I don't really ever hear about them for football.
Yeah, Tennessee. I would have said Arkansas, but Arkansas is starting to play some good football this year.
Yes.
And they beat our Longhorns, so now everybody's talking about them because they beat Texas. But yeah, those are the disappointing teams, I would have to say.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I've got for you.
Only one question?
I know. Come on, people. Ask the questions.
I need questions.
Next, we have Notre Dame versus Wisconsin.
Now it's time for all of us to make some picks. Our first game is number 12, Notre Dame, versus number 18, Wisconsin. Ellie, who you got in this game?
I'm picking Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Who you got?
I think I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. So you're putting me in the middle.
Yep.
Have to decide. The one that has, let's just do the results right now.
Let's do it.
Madison right now is 3-2 in her predictions this year.
I am.
Ellie is 1-4.
I got one, y'all. Y'all gotta be proud of me.
She picked Alabama. That's a give me. And then I am 2-3, so I'm one game behind Madison.
So that means I'm the winner.
And at the end
Will
of
you make the chicken dinner?
at the end of this, I will tell you what the winner gets for predicting the most right.
Okay.
So-
Is it a puppy?
But first, I'm gonna make my prediction for this game, and I am going with Notre Dame. I'm going with Notre Dame. They're gonna get the win over Wisconsin this week.
Hick the Stick's game of the week is Texas A&M versus Arkansas.
We got number 7 Texas A&M versus number 16 Arkansas at home. Can they beat another Texas team?
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
No. Madison going with Texas A&M. Who you got?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. So Ellie's got Arkansas. You got Texas A&M.
Yes.
I'm actually going, and I know it's going to sound silly, but I'm going with Ellie, the one's got most of her games wrong, actually.
Rude much.
I'm sorry. But I'm going with Arkansas at home. They're going to get the upset and beat another Texas team at home. So that's what I'm going with. Now, whoever gets the most predictions right at the end of the season. Now, if I get more right than Madison and Ellie, they have to buy me dinner. But only one of them gets more right than me, then I have to buy them both dinner.
A llama and a puppy that hug each other.
I said dinner.
I don't want dinner.
Well,
Yes.
I'm not going to settle for drive-thru.
Yes, Madison says it
I
has to
want
be
McDonald's.
a restaurant.
McDonald's.
is not a restaurant.
It can be.
Okay, so whoever gets the most predictions right is going to be the winner. Right now, Madison's winning.
Yes, I am.
I'm winning at losing.
And now it's time for this week's verse. Our verse of the week is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. That's the verse of the week. And remember, you can do all things through Christ. Have a great college football Saturday. Most difficult, disappointing teams. Your face is red.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I couldn't if I tried.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there is one more.
Oh no, one more. This is bad if you just pull one out.
Okay, this one, well, I think once I ask it, you're going to go, and you're going to know exactly who asked this question.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Who is the cutest guy in college football right now?
I would have to say that's Hick the Chick that asked that, and I'm not answering that.
Okay.
That'd be weird.
really weird.
Yeah, you can answer that one.
Oh. I have
We're good.
I have
Questions
no
are done.
idea. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
done.